There is an ever-growing number of historical documentaries on Netflix, and it is easy to get lost in this mass of subpar historical documentaries and docuseries, which means you can end up spending hours trying to find that one documentary which is simultaneously engaging and entertaining. That's why I have decided to create this list of my recommendation for the top 5 historical documentaries on Netflix, which means you can spend less time searching through Netflix for a decent documentary and more time actually watching one. At number 5, we have Secrets of Britain's Great Castles, which gives us an in-depth look at the history behind some of the UK's most popular and interesting castles, such as the Tower of London, York Castle, and Edinburgh Castle. This uses the same standard run-of-the-mill documentary formula you would see on BBC or the History Channel very regularly, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. It uses the standard formula to create a documentary series which is simultaneously engaging and educational. The experts here go into great detail of 12 historical castles, and we get a decent overview of the various military battles, murders, and love triangles that took place at these historical sites. There are a few shortcomings of this show, however, that need to be highlighted, such as the acting can be quite subpar and events of some castles being delivered in a manner which is too quick and not always easy to comprehend. But if you are looking for a simple and educational historical documentary which covers the basics of many castles in Britain, then this show is my recommendation for you. At number 4, it is The Last Tsar, a docuseries about the Romanov family, the last royal family in Russia's history, and it follows the life of Nicholas II, who was the last Tsar till he was deposed in the Russian Revolution. I have to admit, I think this is a great documentary series because this was my first time experiencing the history behind the Russian Revolution, as this was a part of history I was totally unfamiliar with. The docuseries does a fantastic job of educating viewers about the political situation and social unrest and the viewpoint of the common folk about the royal family in Russia during that time. And with only 6 episodes, the plot moves along at a steady pace and throws viewers into the peak of a revolution. The acting by the main cast and the storyline here is great, with an effective use of narration by historical professors and experts to further expand the story being told on the screen. It's also good to see that historical accuracy was taken as a key consideration with the show, as the history behind the Russian Revolution here is told in an honest, educational, and engaging way. So if you're looking to dive into Russian history, then The Last Tsar is my recommendation for you. At number 3, it is Roman Empire, a docuseries drama about several key figures and emperors from the Roman Empire, such as Commodus, Julius Caesar, and Caligula, with all of them leaving an everlasting mark on Roman history. This show is a mixture of a historical drama and a documentary, with the story playing out on the screen and the plot being further delved into and explained by experts and professors in Roman history. Seasons 1 and 3, which focus on Commodus and Caligula, were excellent and really brought to life 2 emperors of the Roman Empire who are not as well known to audiences. Both of these figures are controversial and interesting enough that they deserve to have a full season dedicated to exploring the complexities of their reign and life. The second season, which focused on Julius Caesar, I felt was the weakest, as the acting is subpar, the story is poorly paced, and Caesar's story has already been told much more effectively in many other documentaries. But if you're looking for a documentary style historical TV show to get engrossed into, which is easy to follow, educational, and provides the complex history of the Roman Empire in a simplified manner, then this show is my recommendation for you. At number 2, it is World War II in Color, a documentary which depicts various major events of World War II using original and colorized footage. In this 13-episode documentary, events across the North African Campaign, Pacific War, Eastern Front, and Western Front are covered in exceptional detail, with the real accounts of soldiers during these battles being brought to life in a most magnificent and endearing manner. World War II was one of the most horrific events in the history of mankind, and this documentary does not shy away from highlighting just how harrowing and dangerous these battles and times were for soldiers and common folk alike. There are a large number of documentaries around World War II, the Nazis, and the Allied forces, but this one stands out to me as an exceptional documentary due to the expert knowledge of the narrators, the great use of original World War II footage, and accurately depicting the military and political strategies deployed at the time. So if you're looking for an excellent World War II documentary on Netflix, then World War II in Color is my recommendation for you. And the top spot on this list goes to The Rise of Empires Ottoman, a docuseries which shows in great detail the siege and fall of Constantinople by Mehmed the Conqueror. This documentary will be of particular interest to fans who enjoy shows about military tactics and the realism of medieval warfare. This show fantastically highlights the military tactics and strategies required to successfully maintain a siege against a well-fortified city. This documentary does a fantastic job of bringing to life the struggles Mehmed had to contend with while trying to maintain a long-term siege against Constantinople, but also having to deal with betrayals, disease, and a constrained amount of time to complete the siege before reinforcements arrive to assist the Byzantine Empire. If you enjoy docuseries which are more war and military based, then Rise of Empires Ottoman is my recommendation for you, as the show has a magnificent cast, amazing use of commentary by historians, and a surprising level of realism regarding siege tactics and stratagems. So if you're looking for a docuseries that is brutal, entertaining, and will keep you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end, then Rise of Empires Ottoman is my recommendation for you. So lastly, I just wanted to say thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and if you found this video to be interesting or useful, then please do like, comment, and share this video, and please also do subscribe to my channel as I post videos about historical movies, TV shows, and documentaries on a regular basis. Thank you so much for watching.